Hello, my name is Nicholas Chua and welcome to my presentation. In this video, I will unpack the key aspects of constructivism and explain how it can be applied by using information and communication technology. Constructivism is a cognitive learning theory which views students as active participants in their own learning. Students use their previous experiences as they construct new meaning through self-regulated interactions. The influence this has on teaching is best summed up by John Hattie, who said, quote, "Constructivism is not a theory of teaching, but a theory of knowing and knowledge. And it is important to understand the role of building constructions of understanding." What Hattie believes is that a constructivist approach is not focused on how something is taught. Rather, the primary focus is on understanding the student's role within the learning experience. Therefore, constructivism requires an environment where students are at the center of learning as they discover meaning through natural inquiry, experimentation, and problem solving. There are two prominent versions of constructivism. These are psychological and social constructivism. Social constructivism is heavily influenced by the work of psychologist Lev Vygotsky and emphasizes how social interactions and cultural tools can shape learning. In this approach, peer-to-peer interaction is encouraged as students work together in order to construct new knowledge. Psychological constructivism is more concerned with individual learning. In this approach, the focus is on internal cognitive development as students build their knowledge and form their own identity. This is largely based on Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Both forms of constructivism can be applied by using ICT tools in the classroom. Three of these tools, which are suitable for a Year 7 to 10 visual arts class, are Autodesk Sketchbook, Pinterest, and Weebly. The first ICT tool is a digital drawing program called Autodesk Sketchbook. Sketchbook offers a range of in-depth features which allow students to explore a level of creativity not possible with traditional forms of drawing. For example, students can manipulate lighting, apply different textures, render images, and even add animation. Sketchbook supports constructivism by allowing students to explore a variety of powerful and creative tools. The app has boundless potential and it is up to the student to guide their own learning and decide how best to use it. This freedom to explore naturally encourages students to experiment with the program's creative features. Sketchbook also does its best to imitate a natural drawing experience. Here, we can see how the virtual brushes actually mimic the brushes that would be used in an art studio. The use of a stylus pen also mimics the natural and intuitive movement of a real pencil. This also supports constructivism by providing complex learning environments that deal with real-life problems. Sketchbook, in many ways, is a virtual art studio and puts the students in the position of the artist. They are faced with multiple elements as they discover there is no right or wrong way to use the tools at their disposal. Sketchbook caters for diverse learners by including scaffolding tools, such as guides and perspective tools. As you can see here, these act as guidelines which a student can trace with their stylus. These features are a great way to assist students with low-level drawing skills. Another way diverse learners are supported is through the use of student expertise. Some students will eventually end up knowing more than others. This knowledge can be used to the class's advantage as more capable students are encouraged to demonstrate what they have learned in order to help their peers enter the zone of proximal development. In order to use Sketchbook, students need to create an Autodesk account using their email. To ensure online safety, it should be made clear that students are not to share their login details with anyone. There are also many helpful YouTube tutorials for Sketchbook. However, in order to prevent students from accessing inappropriate content, the teacher must provide a link for pre-approved videos. The second ICT tool is Pinterest. Pinterest offers an easy way for students to share ideas. They can pin photographs, images, videos, and links. Here are some examples of a class Pinterest board used for a project involving nature and art. Sharing ideas on Pinterest applies a social constructivist approach to learning. It encourages students to be co-contributors as they provide feedback for one another's ideas, building a joint understanding that is greater than what could have been produced individually. This is a great benefit, particularly for those students who struggle with generating ideas and concepts. They can look to the class Pinterest board for inspiration and guidance for art making. This means a diverse range of learners can be supported by the class board. In order to ensure the safe and responsible use of Pinterest, only one class account is set up by the teacher. This means the teacher has full control over who can collaborate and what can be shared. Rules regarding responsible use must also be established and made clear to the students. This would include respecting other students' ideas, posting inappropriate content, and engaging in plagiarism. Now, the third and final ICT tool is Weebly, a program which allows students to create online portfolios. Digital portfolios have become commonplace in the classroom and can be used for self-reflection. These portfolios contain carefully chosen artifacts, each accompanied by a rationale for its inclusion and an analysis of its significance. Here is an example of my own digital portfolio. As you can see, it has all my university work listed, accompanied by a brief justification. Weebly supports constructivism by promoting self-reflection and metacognition through the use of portfolios. When students engage with metacognition, they take ownership of their own efforts to learn as they reflect on their strengths, limitations, and areas of improvement. It is a self-regulatory skill which puts the individual at the center of learning as they monitor their own learning process. Weebly caters for diverse learners by providing different ways students can engage with self-reflection activities. Students are given the tools to go beyond just images and text. They can video themselves, upload audio recordings and podcasts, write blogs, and use drawing and diagrams to illustrate their thoughts. This multimodality enables students to choose how they want to present their learning, which caters for a range of different learning styles. To ensure safety and protection, portfolios must always remain private and never published in the public domain. To assist with this, the teacher must monitor students as they set up their digital portfolios, making sure the correct privacy settings are always enabled. The tools I have presented to you are just some examples of how ICT can be applied using constructivism. These tools have become an essential part of the Australian curriculum. Therefore, it is important for teachers to understand the importance of implementing ICT in the classroom in order to develop deep learning and higher order thinking skills. Thank you.